Have you ever felt something shifting inside you? Something so subtle yet so powerful that you couldn't explain it with logic, but you knew with absolute certainty that it wasn't random. A pressure in your chest that comes out of nowhere. A sudden wave of emotion for no apparent reason. A sense that your life is rearranging itself behind the curtain, as if an invisible force is trying to get your attention. People around you might dismiss this. They call it stress, coincidence, imagination. But you felt something deeper, something undeniable. And that is exactly why you are here now. Because a part of you, older than your mind and wiser than your body, recognized these sensations for what they truly are. Signals emerging from the quantum field. Information rising through layers of your consciousness, urging you to wake up. Today, you will understand why your body, your mind, and the reality around you have been sending you messages that most humans never notice. These are not physical symptoms. They are vibrational shifts. They mark the beginning of a spiritual awakening, the moment when your consciousness starts to access frequencies that your old identity was not prepared to hold. When this happens, perception changes. Time feels different. Emotions become more intense. Synchronicities multiply. Your subconscious mind begins rewriting the structure of your reality from the inside out. This is not imagination. This is quantum consciousness unfolding. In this video, shocking, awakening symptoms. The universe is forcing you to see. I, Nom du Canal, specialist in quantum consciousness, vibrational identity, and the hidden layers of the subconscious mind, will guide you into the deeper truth behind these shifts. The truth is that you did not imagine the sudden, intuitive impulses. You did not imagine the repeating numbers. You did not imagine the strange sense that something bigger is approaching. These are signals. They come from the quantum field as your frequency begins to rise. Before we go further, breathe slowly. Feel the air entering your lungs. Notice the sensation moving through your hands, your chest, your face. That subtle vibration is not just a biological reaction. It is resonance. It is your nervous system synchronizing with information your conscious mind is only beginning to interpret. Every time you felt that sensation, every time you sensed something you couldn't quite explain, it was your consciousness expanding beyond the familiar limits of conditioning. And if you are here, watching this exact moment, it is because your subconscious brought you to it. The mind does not click on videos like this by accident. When your vibration reaches a certain threshold, the quantum field aligns you with the information you are ready to receive. That is why you have been noticing patterns lately. The 1111s, the déjà vu that feel too real, the emotional surges, the intuition that appears without logic, the feeling that time is bending around your experience. These moments are not coincidences. They are evidence of a hidden reality that operates beneath the surface of everything you see. Your old identity is falling apart. The version of you that lived on autopilot cannot survive inside a higher frequency. So your subconscious initiates the shift through emotional waves, internal tension, and sudden clarity. This is why you feel different. This is why you are questioning everything. This is why life feels like it is pushing you somewhere you cannot yet define. These are not symptoms of confusion. They are the first signs of awakening. From this point on, we will step deeper into the structure of your mind, into the field where thoughts collapse into outcomes, into the part of you that recognizes truth before thought intervenes. What you are about to hear may challenge your beliefs and reshape your understanding of reality, but your consciousness has been waiting for this moment. If you are ready, if something inside you is saying yes, subscribe, activate notifications, and comment, "I'm ready," so I know your frequency is open to what comes next. Because what I am about to show you is where your awakening truly begins. It begins quietly, almost imperceptibly, as if reality itself were knocking on the inside of your mind. You wake up one morning and something feels different. The room is the same, the routine is the same, but your perception is not. There is a strange tension beneath your skin, a subtle vibration running through your body, as if your energy were adjusting to a new frequency. You try to ignore it at first, blaming stress or lack of sleep, but then the symptoms return. You start waking in the middle of the night without knowing why. Your mind alert, your senses sharpened. You experience flashes of déjà vu so precise they leave you motionless. You catch yourself thinking, "I've been here before, but not in this timeline." It feels like a memory from the hidden layers of the quantum field rising to the surface. For months you move through life on autopilot, but something inside you knows that the pattern is cracking. You begin to notice synchronicities piling up around you, almost as if the universe is orchestrating events to force your awareness to expand. A stranger says exactly what you were thinking. A number repeats until you can no longer pretend it means nothing. A decision you avoided for years suddenly becomes urgent. It feels as though the fabric of your old identity is stretching, pulling you toward a truth you can no longer deny. These are awakening symptoms, the early signs that your consciousness is shifting into a higher state, that the mind you've known is only a fraction of the intelligence operating beneath your awareness. This is where the invisible awakening begins, the moment when the subconscious mind starts to communicate through sensation, intuition, and vibrational signals, when the reality occulta behind your thoughts begins to surface. You think you are just tired or overwhelmed or imagining things, but something far greater is moving through the field. Your quantum consciousness is responding to a call that has been echoing for years, waiting for the moment when you would finally be ready to hear it. And the more you resist, the stronger the signs become, because the universe is not trying to confuse you. It is trying to wake you up. If you have ever felt this shift, this internal stirring that you cannot name, then you already know what I am talking about. This is the point where the old timeline dissolves and a new one begins to form. And as we explore these signs together, I want you to stay connected, not just to the information, but to this community. Your comments, your presence, your engagement create a field of shared vibration that strengthens every person watching. If this resonates with your experience, like this video, subscribe, and share what you have felt. And tell me in the comments, have you ever experienced this invisible awakening, this undeniable sense that something immense is about to change? If your answer is yes, there is a reason you did not recognize these signals before. It is not because you were weak, blind, or distracted. It is because, from the very beginning, you were trained to ignore everything that didn't fit within the narrow version of reality you were taught. School, work, routine, news, dogmatic religion, other people's opinions. All of this built a filter on your perception. They said that only what is solid is real, that only what can be measured deserves attention, that intuition is imagination, and that any spiritual sign is emotional exaggeration. Meanwhile, your quantum consciousness was already perceiving the quantum field in silence, sending small impulses, small breaks in the routine, small spiritual signals trying to cut through the noise. They taught you to trust fear more than vibration, to believe in scarcity more than in the infinite energy flowing through you, to look outward and never inward. The subconscious mind, programmed by years of repetition, learned to shut down everything that seemed too strange, when in fact they were direct messages from the quantum field, codes of your own expansion of consciousness. The science of consciousness is beginning to admit that perception is not just a result of the brain, but interaction with a larger information field. Research on non-local consciousness, neurovibration, and the observer effect points to something the ancients always knew. You are not just a body in the world. You are an energy field in continuous dialogue with hidden reality. The problem is that this knowledge was never presented to you as something natural. On the contrary, it was marginalized, ridiculed, labeled as pseudoscience or fantasy. This makes it easy to keep billions of people disconnected from their own inner signals. The truth is simple and uncomfortable at the same time. You have been conditioned to doubt your own consciousness. And it is precisely this conditioning that begins to crack when spiritual awakening begins. When synchronicities increase, when awakening symptoms intensify, when the universe seems to force you to see, it is not punishment, it is a course correction. If you are seeing this now, if this message has reached you at this very moment, click the like button, not out of habit, but as a conscious gesture of saying to the quantum field, I am ready to see. This simple act, within this context, is a vibrational choice. It also sends a signal to the algorithm, allowing more people who are going through the same process to find this content and realize they are not alone. This is how a community of awakened consciousness begins, one by one, choosing to listen to what has always been there. As you listen to this, you might start to remember moments when your energy tried to warn you about something and you ignored it. Perhaps you're revisiting decisions, premonitions, dreams, encounters that seemed coincidental. None of this was random. And this is where this channel comes in as a meeting point within the apparent chaos, a space where we can decode these spiritual signals together. explore the nature of quantum consciousness, and strengthen this expansion of consciousness through a real energetic exchange. When you subscribe, comment, and share your experience, you're not just engaging with a video, you're anchoring a new frequency in the collective. So, if something within you feels that this veil has begun to lift, subscribe, participate in the comments, tell us when you realize something was wrong with the version of reality you were sold, because in the next part we'll delve into exactly what happens within your subconscious mind when that mask finally begins to fall. When this veil begins to fall, something within you awakens as if reconnecting ancient fragments of your own consciousness. And it is precisely at this point that the first signs appear, not as distant mystical phenomena, but as internal adjustments of your energy field attempting to align you with a new frequency. The first sign is usually an inner vibration that doesn't fit into any logical explanation. It's not ordinary anxiety, it's not stress, it's a silent agitation that arises from nowhere, as if your body were preparing for something you can't yet name. Many people describe it as an inner tremor, a calm fire, a feeling that something is about to begin. This is the first awakening sign, the first indication that your consciousness is trying to break through the surface. The second sign appears through synchronicities. They begin timidly, a repeated number here, a thought followed by a coincidence there. Then they expand until you can no longer ignore them. Déjà vu experiences become so vivid that they even suspend time for a few seconds. The feeling is that life is rehearsing with you, as if each repetition were a whispered reminder of your true path. This is the universe sending you signs, not to scare you, but to redirect you. When this happens, your perception transcends the limits of logic and touches the hidden reality that has always been there, waiting for the right moment to be perceived. The third sign is more profound, a shift in your values. Things that once mattered begin to lose their power. Old habits seem empty. People who were part of your energy cycle begin to naturally drift away. It's as if a part of your subconscious mind is clearing the ground, preparing space for a new vibrational identity. This distancing is not loss, it's liberation. It's the first sign your consciousness is starting to awaken in a structural way. The fourth symptom appears in dreams. They become more intense, symbolic, sometimes filled with images you don't recognize but feel are important. It's your quantum field trying to communicate information that the waking mind can't yet translate. Dreams like these act as portals, and the more you wake up, the clearer they become. And then comes the fifth sign, the feeling of urgency. Not physical urgency, but existential urgency. A constant impression that there is something you need to do, learn, seek, change, as if your soul were pressing against inner walls to move forward. This feeling is perhaps the most powerful indicator of a real spiritual awakening, because it doesn't come from thought, it comes from vibration. It doesn't push you, it pulls you. As you recognize these signs, remember that you are not going through this alone. This community exists precisely to decode this path. Like this video, subscribe to be part of this expansion, and share it with someone who needs to hear this now. The universe may be trying to wake you both up at the same time, and the next part of this journey will reveal why these signs are intensifying at this very moment. You've reached a point in this process where the familiar no longer serves you, and at the same time, the unknown begins to call your name. It is here, exactly here, that the portal of choice opens. After recognizing the signs, after realizing that your vibration has changed, after feeling that something within you no longer fits into the old version of your life, the question arises that no one can answer for you. Will you wait for everything to return to normal? Or will you take command of your consciousness and cross this threshold that the universe has been indicating for so long? This choice is not intellectual. It happens at the energy level, at the frequency you decide to sustain from now on. The subconscious mind understands when you hesitate and understands when you decide, and that is what transforms the expansion of consciousness into concrete reality and not just spiritual theory. Because when you awaken, it's not just your perception that changes. You change the quantum field around you. Your intentions affect your circumstances. Your inner state reorganizes the hidden reality that sustains what you see. And contrary to what you've always been told, this process is not solitary, nor small, nor abstract. It's part of something much bigger happening right now. There's a collective, silent, profound shift. There's a vibrational transition manifesting in millions of people simultaneously. It's as if the universe is using you as an anchor point, as a channel for change, as an instrument to reposition the very energy web of reality. That's why you feel this urgency. That's why synchronicities have multiplied. That's why dreams have intensified. It's not just about you, it's about what awakens through you. And perhaps you've already noticed that the more you awaken your consciousness, the faster your life responds. Small thoughts generate big consequences. Simple decisions break old patterns. Repressed emotions rise to the surface like waves trying to clear the terrain. It's the quantum shift in motion, that subtle reconfiguration that begins in the invisible before touching the material world. And the more you align yourself with this new frequency, the clearer the feeling becomes that something bigger is about to happen, something that will require you to be present, conscious, and willing to see beyond what you always believed to be possible. You've arrived here because a part of you already knew these answers existed, but you needed words to translate what you've been feeling. Now you stand before the same portal that so many other expanding consciousnesses have also encountered. Continue yielding to the old programming or take your place in this movement of spiritual awakening that the universe is trying to activate in you now. And if you feel this vibration running through your body, if you feel this energy moving from the inside out, if you feel that this video found you at the exact moment, then you already know it's not a coincidence. It's alignment. In the next video, we'll delve even deeper into this hidden reality and reveal what many avoid, but which can completely change how you understand your own existence. We'll be talking about science hid this from you. Your consciousness creates everything, and you won't want to miss what's about to be revealed. If you're ready to go further, type yes in the comments. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and open your mind. Because what comes next may transform everything you think about who you are and what is possible to create from your consciousness. If this video sparked something in you, even if it was just a small spark of awareness, then let it become action. Click like now, not out of habit, but as a gesture of presence. Subscribe so you don't miss the next chapters of this journey that is just beginning, and share this video with someone whose soul may be calling for answers, even if their mind doesn't yet know it. A single share can awaken two consciousnesses at the same time. And before you leave a comment saying which of the 5 signs resonated most with you. Your voice strengthens this field, your energy sustains this community, and each comment creates new connections within the collective awakening. Until the next video, and get ready, because we are about to enter the part where science finally reveals what has always been hidden. Consciousness creates everything. See you there.